where you can hide behind and eat. Or get hit like me if you're not do it correctly. But yeah, let's continue. If you go here, you can see a little troll over there. Oh no, now everybody is fighting. Welcome back to Middle-earth, my friends. This is the second part of the quest guide. I'm sitting here in Bree on top of the prancing pony. Look at this nice sunrise over there. So in the last episode we covered some basics and the start of the first quest. In this episode we take a closer look to the Ringbearer campaign. Let's open up the quest log. We have to find Elrond in Rivendell, and it's unfortunately a bit cut off here at the bottom, but it tells you to check out Weathertop for the side quest. And that is what we do right now, but before that I want to show you something else. A quick little info here: you can loot these 3 villages here that have some really nice loot for you, or visit the merchants here. They are mostly in that area. You can just right click, trade, and see what they have. You can basically rob the entire town and sell it back to them here if you want to make some money. Or do some normal Lord of the Rings quest missions here from the NPCs. They usually have some nice quests too that are very easy. Okay, before we actually go to the Weathertop, let's check out the Forsaken Inn here. I would recommend teleporting a bit in front of it, like that, because... Oh, that's a bit too close, because here's Nazgul waiting. He's guarding the area. And you can actually start a little side quest inside the Forsaken Inn here. There's a little sign here: beware, orcs raiding this area. And if you can go inside here as a bird, hello my friends, you can interact with the guard here. He basically guides you on a little side mission for the new added location Foremost. So at this point you have 2 choices. You can go with the side quest here, or continue the road and do the Way of the Ringbearer campaign, and that is what we are doing now. I will cover the side quest in the last episode of the quest guides. Okay, yeah, let's teleport here to Weathertop. You don't have to teleport. If you want, you can walk, because if you're following the road, there's usually an indicator like, oh, it's already here. This is the road you are coming from, and I make usually connections like that. This road, by the way, looks a bit better like that one. I don't know why. Yeah, that's the normal road generation, and that here's the custom one made by me. That's why they look different. And here we have the Weathertop. It looks way better at night times, but what you want to do first here is to find the way up. It's loaded a bit slow here, but here it is. Here you can go all the way up, and I would recommend, before going up to the Nazguls, following that road over here. And there are 2 familiar faces waiting for you. Here's Merry and Pippin. And you can actually get the side quest from Merry here. You have to tell him that the campfire here is maybe not the best idea, and the next dialogue option opens up the side quest for you. So let's do this. At the side here at the top you can see we have a new quest. Let's check it out. We have to slay 3 Nazguls. Okay, so let's take a look at them. In this episode I will not fight them here, but you saw in the first episode what I would recommend for fighting them, like luring one at a time and maybe take a follower with you. But I would recommend fighting them at daytimes, because in the night this hill here is full of orcs and it's quite hard. I mean, if you want a little challenge for you, feel free to do so. And by the way, here's a little chest with a little Easter egg, because the hobbits like to eat here. And Pippin here is, by the way, our next follower. So if you click that, you can hire him and he will follow you. So you can basically take him with you on side of the Weathertop and he will help you find the Nazguls. Okay, but let's actually tell him to... Oh, it's quite laggy now. Let's tell him to wait here. So, after you slay the 3 Nazguls, you basically don't get a reward for that at the moment. The reward is to help the help the Fellowship and get the rings from the Nazguls. That are 3 rings with night vision. They are really good. You are thankful for them in dark areas like Moria. And you basically get Pippin here. So, and if you go over here, here is the next Nazgul waiting for you. But we are continue the road. And if you want to visit another Easter egg location, you can check out Bilbos Trolls. For that, I would recommend pointing with your cursor at Troll Shores and go all the way down until you hit the road. As you can see, they are not moving, they are out of stone. And if you go over here, you can see the actual hill that Gandalf destroyed. And if you're following that road over here, you get to the little hideout from them. Here are some nice loot for you. But I think the most important thing over here is that chest. Okay, so let's continue our journey. At this moment you can feel free to teleport to Rivendell, or maybe get a little bit here in front of the river, because here's a little harbor from the elves, and this road will actually lead you to Rivendell. Let's go over there. Oh, that's maybe a bit too far. Wow, look at that, it's beautiful. I love this place. But you actually find the entrance over here, right there. It's so funny, look at this bird when I'm walking here. He's gliding like on ice. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Yeah, by the way, this area was completely made by me. Same as the hills here. Oh, what is that waterfall? I never saw that. I think I made a small one and it's become very huge, but that's not a problem, it looks quite nice. But all stuff you can see here is a little bit work in progress, because I'm not really happy how it turned out here. But if you want to take a look at some work in progress area, if you're interested, you can teleport over here and see how the mountains here are made. Because if you go over here, you can see my mess of a mountain that I created. Yeah, that's not really finished and it will take a lot of time. I know there are faster ways to get stuff like that done, but I prefer to do it manually, because programs like MC Edit, I not really feel that I have the control over the tools. I could spawn very huge mountains, but at the same time I also can fly here and whoop, take one line and I have this area, and with that precision I can make way better mountains for you to explore. But yeah, but here you can basically see how it's done. I usually cover up stuff in stone, then I cover it up with a layer of sand, and later I'm changing the sand into grass, placing some trees over here, some waterfalls. But normally the player isn't even supposed to be in that area. It's just so you don't fall into the world, out of the world and die. That would not be very nice. At that location here, you have again 2 choices. You can do a side mission at Glorfindel over here. If I talk to him, you can see here I could accept the side mission. Again, we are covering the side missions for the locations later in the quest guide. Let's continue here with the way of the Ringbearer. If you go over here, you can see the next mailman, and on top is the next banker you encounter. Let's make a little check here, and you can see the Morgul horse armor from the first episode is still on site. That's really nice, in case I find a nice horse later. But I'm a bird, I don't need a horse. I'm way faster. Okay, but basically if you get lost in Rivendell, you want to go all the way on the left side, because your destination is over there. And a little side note here, all the stuff that you encounter on top of that staircase is content from the Hobbit campaign. I don't know why I deleted it, but it's the first version. I have a little sign here that tells you Hobbit area. I think oh no, I just moved it a little bit over here. Oh, it's not loading again. 1 second. And now it should be loaded. Oh, now I'm a blackbird, not blue anymore. What happened there? But anyway, here you can see that these 2 roads here are for the Hobbit campaign, but it's not the start of the Hobbit campaign. That I will show you later. But yeah, you have to go all the way here, and at that part you find the next NPC. It's Boromir. Yeah, and here you can see he tells you some lines from the movie. But just follow that road here. By the way, feel free to visit all these buildings here and take the loot. If you encounter empty chests, there are, by the way, a lot of empty chests. I haven't got the time yet to fill all of them. And if you find a chest in an area like that with nice loot, it's usually made by me. Let's take a quick look here. Like that. That was made from me because I thought here are books. That way it would be nice if here are books too. But in most areas when you are looting, oh, here are books again. Let me see, like here. If you found that one, that's one of the legendary items. It's Gil-galad's chestplate and armor. So make sure to check all corners, because sometimes you would miss out on nice loot. Like here, for example, is a complete set of elven work tools and stuff. And in that area here, somewhere, is even the Ring of Elronds hidden. But yeah, let's continue with the Ringbearer campaign. For that you have to go to the building here. And the first face you see here is Aragorn. And that's actually the follower version of him. So if you want to take Aragorn with you, he's a very strong fighter. And I think he has even a dagger throw. Let me quickly check. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he will throw that dagger. Not all the time, but sometimes. And here we go. We completed the second quest. Here you can click on complete. And here are some faces you maybe know. Gimli, Legolas, Gandalf and Elronds. Oh, I'm still having the tool. Here you can talk to them. If you have only speech bubble text, but Gandalf over here has some normal dialogue. Yeah, and to continue you should talk to Elrond, and he will give you the next quest, and that would be a long journey. So feel free to stay a bit here, talk to all the peoples, check out the chests, because sometimes there are really nice stuff.
You have my sword, and you have my bow, and my axe.
Okay, and if you go all the way up here, there's Bilbo waiting. It gives you a mithril chestplate, which is really, really nice for, because if you're going into Moria, you maybe encounter a troll and maybe need it. Okay, but if you talk to Bilbo here, he will actually tell you a little story of his past journey. And if you continue talking to him, you can start the quest of the Hobbit quest line, but we don't do that now. We are continuing the Ringbearer quest line here, and we will come back to that later. So if you go over here, you can talk with Arwen, and if you go over here, you can find the next Easter egg. That's a broken sword Nazia. If you go over here again, you can find nice swords and armors from the legendary items mod. Okay, let's open up our quest log and take a look at the next quest. Here we have to find the secret door of Moria. Let's open up the text. And you can see the entrance is in a region at the west gate. So let's quickly check that. And as usually, you can see the regions on the map. Here we have the west gate. And let's teleport to it. Oh, I'm in the water. I don't want to be on that water because if you go over here, you can actually see the next little Easter egg I have made. And that's a Kraken. I wish I could make an enemy like that in the game that attacks you, but yeah, that's not really possible right now. But if you prefer walking and not teleporting, you would arrive over here, come here, and the next thing I would recommend is waiting for the moon, because the moon tells you the secret door location. Okay, as the message said, we should talk to Gandalf. And if you come closer, you see the actual door. Let's talk to him. Here. And in that part, you have some answer choices. Let's go through them, because only one will open the secret door. And I think that's not really complicated, because all of us know the correct answer. It's Dwarven Gold. Oh, that doesn't seem to work. That's strange. Then maybe Khazad-dûm. It doesn't seem to work either. Maybe I did something wrong here in the code. Or maybe let's try that one. Elvish word for friend. Now it's working. Okay, guys. So let's open the door. Oh! Yeah, that's sometimes a loading issue, but here we go. The Dark Mines of Moria. At that point you can't take Gandalf with you. And it's actually the first hard mission you encounter, because as you can see when I zoom in here, there are many evil beasts inside. So I would recommend taking some followers with you, or hired soldiers from the Lord of the Rings mod. Otherwise it will be really hard to go on this journey. Okay, before we go inside, let's take a quick look at our quest log. That is part 4, the Mines of Moria. And here we have to find the Moria Exit. Yeah, and as you can see, it's a long and dark journey. At that moment, I would recommend equipping one of the man rings with the night vision buff. Otherwise, it's really hard to see. Or I have another quick tip for you. If you don't have a night vision ring, but a torch, you can go to your video settings and have to make sure that the dynamic lightings is set to fancy. Let's wait a second so the effect can go off. Okay, so now you can see it's really dark, but if I equip a torch, you can actually see the lighting is working fine. That is thanks to Optifine. So if you don't have Optifine from the optional mods installed, this would not be working. And you can also do it old school and just place the torches along the way. But I don't think that is really immersive and fits to the role-playing aspect of this world. So that's a nice addition. but to be able to actually see something here, and for the purpose of this video, I will just equip on. At that moment, just follow the normal way. And that's what I'm speaking of. You have cases where your or your followers can fall down, and that can be a bit of a problem. But oh yeah, that could be a problem. Okay, let's continue. What we have here. Oh, that's nice, I never saw that. But usually you have to follow the most obvious way. That would be that way over here. And here is the first time where you can get confused a bit, because in the left room are some ways, and they actually don't lead to anything. Oh, they actually lead to one chest. And that's one of a little Easter egg over here. It's one of the ring locations. That's a little side note here, so... But again, all the ring locations are on the Discord. Okay, let's come back to that point. Here you want to go to this little area and follow that small way, the way to that area here. Okay, once you are here, you can just follow the main road. And remember that location? Here got Gandalf confused and didn't know where to go.
I have no memory of this place.
I often get confused here too. But if you can see over there, that part is already ending there. This part is ending there. So just take the right one. Okay, and by the way, Moria will get a complete overhaul this year. I don't really know when we can make it, but it's definitely planned. So stuff like that. This is an Hobbit oven, for example, that should not be here. And I didn't really have the time yet to work on that. But yeah, this area will look very different if you watch this video at a later time. Here in this huge hall, you have to go all the way to the end. By the way, here are some rooms on the side. You can check them out. Sometimes there's a bit of loot. For example, here in that one. Oh, there are also some barks. I think there's nothing special over here. Oh yeah, a bit of alcohol. So if you want a drink, come here. Okay, but let's continue. You have to go all the way to the end, like that, and you can see here a bit of glowy fire. That's a dangerous indicator. But yeah, let's continue. If you go here, you can see a little troll over there. And Gimli, of course. He is the next follower you encounter. So, as you can read here, behind the door is Balin's tomb, and it's overrun by orcs. So I would recommend taking him with you. And oh, actually there are two trolls. Maybe have to change that. It's not the troll. Oh, here it is. Spawn cap 1. I don't really know why there are two. Oh, a huge fight broke out. Oh no, now everybody is fighting. Look at that. Okay, but I just will remove one of them. Look at that. All are fighting. Oh, here's the one survivor. Okay. Sometimes the orcs like to kill each other. That is really funny. But they should spawn again here, so that's not a big problem. Yeah, you can check out this chest here if you want Balin's sword. And take a quick look at this Easter egg book here. Because grumps in the deep. We can't get out. Yeah, but if you want to continue here, you can follow the way. And you can see I'm a bit confused myself sometimes because here are some tunnels. But that is the right way if you are right here. You have to go all the way and be careful. Here, you actually can't fall down here. That was made by me, I think, in the original version. That was not here. But I thought it would be a bit painful if the player misses and is all the way at the bottom. By the way, there's a small area too, but I don't think you can get there. You have to check it out if you continue here. But yeah, in this room is a mighty Balrog waiting, but for the moment there is no way over that part here, and he's actually not an enemy at the moment, because I had some problems making that possible, but we are working on a solution right now. But here you can talk to Gandalf, and he's actually the next follower you meet. You can take him with you if you want. And he even has, I think, yeah, he has a fire spell. Let's test that real quick. Okay, here's an orc. Come with me, Gandalf. Oh yeah, you saw it? That scared me a bit. It was right next to my ear. Come, Gandalf. Let's kill that one too. You don't do it all the time. Oh, that knockback was great. You just kicked him in the voids there. Oh, that looks really menacing over there. Oh, I wish that would be already in the game. I can't wait to test that. Oh, now he disappeared. Okay, Gandalf. I want you to wait here. Oh, and by the way, that's a bit of a problem. You hear every time I open this dialogue, the first dialogue opens. At some point I want to change it that only the seconds opens or are completely different. Okay, let's make him wait here. And continue the journey. I would not recommend falling down at the moment because it's really hard to get up again. Just follow the way here. Here on the right side is again a little chest hidden with some dwarven goodies. And on the other side we have the way out. Oh, did I miss it? Yeah, here you have to go to that little bridge here. Oh, that's a cool spot. I really like it. Especially with the shader pack here. It's really nice. Look at that. I love it. It's actually really dark here. Can't even see. But no problem, here's already the exit. And here it is. Here's the exit. Finally daylight again. And as you can read here, the next destination is Lothlorien, the realm of the elves. Let's check out the quest log for that. So it even tells you to visit Lady Galadriel there. Let's take a quick look at the exit here, and also a little bit of a thing I want to show you here is I would not recommend flying or walking here over Moria. It's not really finished at the moment. That's one of the few work in progress areas. But if you walk normally through it, it should work fine. And here's the one thing why we want to make the rework for sure is it's not really a long journey. If you know the way and you fight through it, it maybe takes you not even an hour. And imagine if the journey would take you like maybe to the middle of the mountain and from there a teleport option to the east gate. But nevertheless, until that is in the game, you can, at that moment, I would recommend just opening the map and teleporting over here. Or even here, if you have that already. I don't really know if you're able to go there at the moment, because you have to reach the border of a region to unlock the waypoints there. So yeah, but let's just teleport to Karos Galathorn itself. If you click on that, by the way, it tells you that it's actually Lothlorien, if you didn't know that. And let's travel over there. Oh, sometimes you have to be careful because it can end you up here on top of some trees. But yeah, you can walk down like that. Okay, and if you walk the normal way, you should come to this gate here. And if you get close to it and open it, then the next quest is finished. And here's the next step to find Lady Galadriel from the entrance. It's just over here on the right side. So again, here's the entrance, and over here is Lady Galadriel. Or the next indicator, if you're already here at the main tree, is to follow the one river that flows here all the way to that location. From here on, just talk to her, and she will tell you that you have to look in the mirror. And here you have two choices. One is to start the quest, other one is actually to offer her the ring. Let's quickly check that out. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, so luckily she come back to her mind and doesn't take it. So let's click on quest start here, and here we have the next quest, Argonath. And if you open it, let's quickly check that out. I like that part here. Lothlorien, probably the most beautiful place in Middle-earth, and I will willingly leave it to see a desert of ashes and dust. But yeah, the info tells you to go to the docks and take a boat with you. Okay, so let's go back here. And before we actually go to the river, I want to show you some other things. Because if you go here to the main tree, we find the next follower in the game, and that is Legolas. Here you can take him with you. And he's a really, really good archer. Here in the main hall, you find Celeborn. And he tells you some nice stuff about Lothlorien. And as usually, you find some nice armor and weapons. Okay, so let's go back to the main gate area. From here on, you just have to follow that road here over the bridge. That's actually a really nice place, I like that one. And if you follow the road, you come to that place here. And here's some nice loot for you, so don't miss it. And here are two signs that tells you a little hint, and that is that this river is actually still work in progress. I didn't manage to combine it with that one here. It's making rivers in Minecraft is really hard manually, especially if I have to delete all the trees here. But that is definitely planned one day. But at the moment, I would recommend just pick the boat in your inventory and walk over here to the east. And at some point, you will reach the river. And from here on, I would just recommend taking a boat with you and swim all the way to Argonath. Let's teleport over here. Okay, here we go. So, oh man, that's the next place I really like. And if you go here, then you finish this quest. And it actually tells you that you can find Boromir here on the right side. and he should be waiting right here. So again, if you come from here, just stay on the right side of the shore, and here you can speak with him. He's actually the next follower, but he will also want to talk with you about the ring and gets really angry. I don't want to give it to him, honestly, here. You are not yourself, Boromir. Oh no, you want to grab me. Quickly. Let's put it on. Let's put it off again. And yeah, you can take him with you. Don't know what I planned with that chest here. Maybe because a campfire. But yeah, from here on I will just follow the shore again until here. Because that's the point where this quest ends here. And the next quest starts, Amon Hen. And here is the Horn of Gondor, sounds in the distance. That's, by the way, in case you didn't pick Boromir with you at the moment earlier. Here's also a little chest with loot, because all over the place here are Boromir's armor parts hidden. So take a closer look. Here you have to defeat some Urukais from Isengard. You just have to follow the road over here. Like that. And once you are here, you find Legolas. And over here, again a little chest. This time the chest plate. And do you hear that? That is the Horn of Gondor. And a little fun fact about that one, to ruin your immersion right now. It's actually right here. You see that? That's a little invisible chicken. That making the sound here. Yeah, it's the only way I could make it possible that it makes a living sound like that. Oh, it's quite laggy right now. Yeah, and if you talk with Legolas, do a dig. Yeah, and here you can get the side quest to kill Lurtz, the Urukai captain. And Legolas will actually tell you that you have to walk the left side here. Continue that road. Continue that road. And once you see that area, you have the first bigger boss fight of the game. So let's take a look at that one. I will show you some special tactics you can do to defeat him. Because, as you can see, he's shooting arrows at you. I'm still a bird. Maybe he can still hit me. But yeah, he's not that accurate, but he has a huge knockback and a poison attack, so I would recommend jumping to dodge his arrow attacks to get closer and make a few hits. If you have problems with that, here are all the way at the corners little pillars where you can hide behind and eat, or get hit like me if you are not do it correctly. But that way you can get a bit closer to him. You can also take a bow with you and try to shoot him from here. But let's try to rush him. Oh, that's harder than I thought. Come here. Okay, as you see on the top, he has decent HP. And if you get really close, he knocks you back for sure. But I'm dying here, so I'm hiding. Yeah, but you get the point of this fight. It's really hard for me because I'm a little bird and I don't wear armor at this moment and I have only Sting here. But if at that part you normally have a decent armor and it should not be a huge problem to defeat him. Once you defeated him, you finish the side quest. And at the bottom you can see, oh no, it looks like Boromir was injured, and you should talk to Aragorn next. It's funny, when I in first person you can see the sword, but when I'm the bird you can't see it. By the way, you can now see him lying here on the ground. He drops a nice Uruk bow you can use, and boss enemies like that will usually respawn in like 10 minutes. That's because, again, multiplayer purpose, or if you want to repeat the quest. And a little tip for you, if you want to build a base, for example, in an area with a boss like that, and you don't really care about doing it again, you can just go to creative mode, right click, go to Lurtz here, for example, and delete him. And again, all copies of the NPCs are saved, so if you want to add them back again later, just pick the NPC cloner, and yeah, that way you can create them. So if you want to build your base on Weathertop, for example, yeah, just delete the 3 Nazguls and feel free to build a base. But let's continue with the story mission here. Once you're here, you can talk with Boromir and share his last words. Oh, really sad moment here. Here you can talk to Aragorn. And yeah, that's basically the first half of the Ringbearer campaign and the start of the Way of the King campaign. So here you can pick the blue version here and go with him on an adventure and follow his way on the throne and help him unite the men of the West. Or you can continue the way of Frodo's adventure and yeah, basically continue the road. In the next episode of the quest guide, we will take a closer look to the Ringbearer campaign. Once that is finished, we can start here with the King campaign. Until then, that's it for today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. See you in the next one.